say boom, it's on. It's real, we'll rock your roll. Boom, what's happening? Boom, what's happening? Hey, 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 hey,
So what's happening this week in the world? Man, you know, that intro always gets me really hype. I feel like I want to go to the club, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, that brings me back to home, the old school. We got a lot of that new rap and all that. I mean, I'm good with it. Our young people know what they doing. And
yeah, they're doing that thing. It's just hard for me. I feel like I'm getting old because, you know, I can remember when I was doing the rap thing, you know, a lot of older people's like, I don't understand what you're saying. And now I've gotten older and I've listened to young rap and I like, I don't understand what he just sounded. You know what I'm saying?
We had music without though. And sometimes they even had a band with them. I don't think these guys even know how to play an instrument, let alone have a band.
You know, I'm not even gonna get into that. They're young people doing their thing, and I just.
But they got the drum box. They know how to do the computer thing and make music better than I do.
Yeah.
But,
so you know,
you can't play the trombone, baby.
But big ups to the young generation. But anyway, we off subject. What's been happening? Has anybody heard of this thing called Event 201? Heard of that?
No.
But Antis, you haven't heard of that?
No, sir.
It's something I just heard about, and it was interesting. What if I told you that at least 2 months, man, we're getting feedback.
Yeah, I think
At least 2 months before the global pandemic hit, there were actually people in very high places who were preparing for a global pandemic from a coronavirus.
So, wait, I'm sorry, I missed a little bit of that. Can you repeat that?
I'm gonna repeat that. What if I told you? Would you even believe that 2 months? Matter of fact, the exact date, October 18th, 2019. That's at least 2 months before the whole global pandemic really hit, and we really knew, you know, about this coronavirus thing. There were people in very high places who were preparing for a global coronavirus pandemic. Would you even believe that?
Wow.
That'll be like, wow, it'll be shocking and stuff like that, right? That's what I heard when I heard something like this, and I was like, man, hold on, wait a minute. That sounds like some wild conspiracy theory stuff.
Right.
And then I looked at it and I was like, hold up. It's right in plain sight, right before your eyes. So let's see what this is. So on October 18th, 2019, exactly like I said, at least 2 months before this global pandemic hit, at Johns Hopkins, the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, they ran a simulation of a global pandemic using predominant members of global business, of government, and public health. In other words, they had a big simulation of what would we do if there was a global pandemic. And they used from people in the media. They did the whole thing. They had the newscast and everything and stuff like that. And the thing about it is, this is not hard information to find. All you got to do is do a Google search for Event 201, and it will take you directly to their website. And you can see videos of them doing it. Now check this out. Like I said, it was sponsored by the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security. But they were in partnership with the World Economic Forum and, check this out, drum roll please, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Dun, 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 dun. Now that's a big shocker for a lot of people. That's a big, you know.
They were involved in this.
They were the one who were over it.
The bill and
yeah, you go to the website. You go to the Event 201 website. It says the Johns Hopkins Center of Health Security, and right under it has the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Right there on the website. Matter of fact, you're looking at home right now. Do it right now. I promise you, it will be right there, and you will get all of the information I'm telling you and more. All of the information that I'm telling you came directly from their website. Nothing else. No conspiracy theories, no nothing. Directly from their website. 'Cause I don't like listening to other people talk about information. I like to go to the direct source.
Right.
And I went to it, and it was just right there. They had all these members of governments, health officials, and they were basically trying to prepare for a global pandemic. And they said that if a global pandemic hit, then the social and economic ramifications would be, astronomical, and we got to prepare so we can work together on this. Now, this just happened 2 months before the global pandemic. Now,
hold on a second. But you mentioned 2018, right?
No, this was 2019.
2019, October
2018. It's just surrounding this whole corona thing. It's just a lot of interesting coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Not only this, but a lot of people say, well, coronavirus, COVID-19 specifically, was started in a laboratory in Wuhan, and we go back to the connection between the National Institution of Health, which was ran by Fauci himself, which gave a grant to the Wuhan institution in order to study coronaviruses. In fact, many people would suggest that they gave them a grant of function, a gain of function grant, so they could actually manipulate the virus to make it stronger, make it more powerful, make it more dangerous. As a matter of fact, actually, that's not even a speculation. That happened. Because what they did in Wuhan and what they were doing in North Carolina was they were manipulating coronaviruses in bats, and making them where they could jump from bats to human. That's the research that they were doing.
But
because
why would they be doing that anyway?
That's the point I was getting ready to make. Go ahead. What was you saying?
Yeah, I was about to say, why would they be doing that anyway? There's some there's some suspect stuff there anyway. Why would they be trying to make a virus that will jump from a bat to human, especially a deadly virus that's killing people?
Yeah, and see,
affecting mostly black people.
And see, we can get caught up with the semantics, but the most important message out of that is that, and he's not denying it, is that he gave them money. He gave Wuhan Clinic, China, money, but. That when you came up with this information, sometimes your information is more valuable when it's presented in the right environment, right? Like for instance, this is the right environment for that. But who would have thought that you would have released that information with someone who's well versed in the connection between NIH and Johns Hopkins? See, by me being one of those people who's traveled and had spent many years in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, I have a lot of knowledge, even contacts that I can now pull from and get more detailed information on that, because family members and NIH. But if the experimental phase of that virus was in NIH, wouldn't it make sense to have another clinic somewhere else preparing to come up with ways and ideas to protect themselves from it? It wouldn't be necessarily in that same clinic, but it would be in the general metropolitan area, some other clinic that had the capabilities. Okay, we know they developing this, so now let's try to develop this plan of action on how to combat it if it's released. It would be ideal for them to go to Johns Hopkins. They right down the street from each other, basically.
Yep, I mean, that's
same people know each other. They affiliate with each other. They hang out. They have dinners at the restaurants and all the high-level, expensive places where nobody else can see them actually meeting because they think they're having dinner or whatever. Right. I mean, we can go on and speculate, but the bottom line is that they're right there beside each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, and I put this in quotation marks, interesting coincidence.
Yeah.
A lot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't, like I said, I don't like to just run with conspiracy theories, because I like to be analytical and analyze information and to try to find out what is. But, you know, so like I'm just saying, it's just a lot of a coincidence. I mean, just to think about, if you look at the whole thing that happened with Event 201. Well, the fact that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is a part of it, you know, that raises a lot of eyebrows, because, you know, Bill Gates, you know, he's big into a lot of the issues of health that's going on in the world, and he's kind of controversial, because one thing that he's real into is vaccine production and distribution. Matter of fact, he advocated for, how can I say this? Advocated against opening up the vaccine and allowing countries to manufacture it on their own, because one of the proposals that were put out, being that this is a global pandemic, is that once you have an effective vaccine, that you should allow countries to produce it themselves, instead of having it restricted and patented where only certain corporations could benefit from it. Right. That would allow other countries to be able to vaccinate their people, if that's, you know, the route that we're going. If we're just assuming that everything is safe with the vaccine. I know a lot of people have reservations about the vaccine, but right now let's just assume that the vaccine is safe and what it's supposed to be. By allowing individual countries to manufacture the vaccine themselves, that will cut out a lot of money for private corporations who own the patent. Like I said, you know, the interesting thing about Bill Gates, man, he's so involved with vaccines. He's also involved in something called an issue called overpopulation. This is another thing that a lot of conspiracy theorists point to. Population control. Yep. Exactly. And as a matter of fact, one of the first ventures he went into, him and his wife, when he started, you know, this World Health crusade that he's on, was in the area of birth control. You know, and if you understand anything about eugenics, one of the founders of the American Eugenics Society, when eugenics is basically scientific racism, trying to eliminate basically everybody except white people, healthy white people. But if you understand about the American Eugenics Society, which was founded by Margaret Sanger, also who is the founder of Planned Parenthood, which is in every hood in America, one of their main things that they do is birth control and abortions. And this is one of the first issues that Bill Gates tackled. And Bill Gates has always been someone who has been instrumental in the fight against world overpopulation or population control, as you said. So it's just a lot of coincidence. That's why a lot of people right now don't trust the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? That's just reality. I'm not saying anything negative about a vaccine. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just trying to provide an explanation why so many people don't trust the vaccine, because you don't trust the government. You don't trust the people who are in charge of it. You know, there's a lot of suspect things that, you know, that's surrounding with that, you know?
I don't trust these you learned about my history, then snatch the story. Work my people to the bone and you snatch the glory. Force your white Jesus on us, you can have that story. Hated AIDS come from a monkey or a laboratory, but you the one that made the crack scene. Turn gods and goddesses to crack fiends. It's like you went to war on the Black King. That's why we don't wanna take the vaccine, cause we don't trust you bastards.